Biden drops the F-bomb in front of press at the healthcare signing. Tiger's back in the game, and Dancing with the Stars brings out the moon. With a very fine line between what's on television and what's real life, it's increasingly more entertaining to just watch the news. While I find the remote, let's take a look. Dateline.
The CycleSource Magazine World Report.
So with all that's in the news about him, I bet most of you are waiting for us to jump on the Bash Jesse bandwagon, but honestly, we're going to pass. It's all being said over and over. Besides, there's nothing funny about it, really. Instead, let's talk Tiger Woods. Now there's a leg puller. Tiger announced that he's coming back to the game. Oh, of golf. After only 4 weeks from the date of his big press release where he stated that one day he would return to golf after he rehabilitated. Apparently that far off day is at hand. Tiger is coming back for the Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia next month. So rather than waste a lot of time on this, we have only a few simple questions. Who are his new sponsors? Will the media at large put up with Tiger dragging out pimps and hoes to the gallery? And last but not least, who gives a rat's ass? Why sit by and make a hero out of this loser? Just don't watch it. In other news that makes you wonder why we pay for television, Dancing with the Stars is back on and going to great lengths to up their ratings. With the rise of popularity in reality and contest-based television programming, dancing is turning it up a notch. Kate Gosselin, Pam Anderson, and Buzz Aldrin have been added to the lineup this year, just to name a few. And man, is it a sideshow. One has her tits getting in the way of every move, one's just doing it for the kids, and old Buzz can't wear anything that doesn't have a picture of the moon on it. Okay, we get it, pap. You walked on the moon, or so they say. Yes, it was the greatest achievement of mankind, but what else? Dancing with the Stars? Really? Just a constant reminder that we are actually de-evolving as a society the more of this shit we watch. Speaking of dropping back to our clan-like mentality, the House passed health care reform this month, but at what cost to the people they govern? After signing the health care bill into law, Vice President Joe Biden introduced the president, then turned to him and commented, "This is a big fucking deal," as the press microphones picked it all up. Of course it hit the news and everyone was aghast at the fact that the language was used in the White House's East Room, but it's funny to this reporter after the week that Washington had. With Democrats and Republicans standing toe-to-toe, calling each other motherfuckers in a much more open way, why was this comment such a big deal? Not one of them thought for a minute that the degradation that played out in front of the whole country as these idiots tried to ass each other out over health care reform was a big deal. Not one thought about the impressions they were making on a tired and economically challenged workforce. Neither side came to assuage the fears of hopeful voters during a time when their country needs them most. No, instead they focus on the fact that our vice president is just a man and used profanity. Well, here's a little clue for you. Come election day, we the people have another F-bomb to drop on you bastards, and it isn't going to be pretty. You still think Democrat or Republican matters to us? Well, it doesn't. What matters today is that we have adequate representation in our government, which after viewing the spectacle at the healthcare vote, I am now sure we still do not. So vote them out. And when the next batch are less than they promised, vote them out too, until we can see a day where our government does meet our need. And if not, then may your chains lay lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were our countrymen. Until next time, kiddies, grab your ankles, Nancy. Here comes the news.